Hear the music. Hello, everybody. I'm Ed Robinson, and welcome to another exciting edition of the League Wraparound. This is the program that gets you caught up on anything and everything happening around the National Football League. Coming up on this edition of the program, we have your Week 2 game picks, plus my game of the week. That's all coming up on this edition of the program. But before we jump into Week 2, let's give you the scores from Week 1's games in the National Football League. The Thursday night opener between the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs would hold on to beat the Ravens 27-20. The game in Sao Paulo, Brazil between the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles would win 34-29. The New Orleans Saints handled their business beating the Carolina Panthers 47-10. The Minnesota Vikings took care of the New York Giants 28-6. The New England Patriots upset the Cincinnati Bengals 16-10. The Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Atlanta Falcons 18-10. The Houston Texans beat the Indianapolis Colts 29-27. The Buffalo Bills beat the Arizona Cardinals 34-28. The Chicago Bears beat the Tennessee Titans 24-17. The Miami Dolphins beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 20-17. The Seattle Seahawks beat the Denver Broncos 26-20. The Los Angeles Chargers took care of the Las Vegas Raiders 22-10. The Dallas Cowboys had no problems as they beat the Cleveland Browns 33-17. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Washington Commanders 37-20. Sunday Night Football saw a thriller in overtime in the Motor City as the Detroit Lions beat the Los Angeles Rams 26-20. And Monday Night Football saw the return of Aaron Rodgers, but the San Francisco 49ers, they took care of business beating the New York Jets. Final score 32-19. And those were your scores from Week 1's games in the NFL. So now let's give you a preview of Week 2's most important games. Monday Night Football, the Atlanta Falcons square off against the Philadelphia Eagles. First for the Falcons, tough loss in Atlanta to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kirk Cousins did not play a great game at all. They struggled offensively, and they just could not get a touchdown to save their lives. As for the Philadelphia Eagles, they played their opener in Sao Paulo, Brazil, in an impressive game, beating the Green Bay Packers. So the Eagles will have their home opener. It's going to be Monday night. It is going to be an electric and a fiery and a spirited crowd in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Falcons, Eagles, a lot of expectations for the Eagles this year with all the moves that they made, including acquiring Saquon Barkley, and a lot of expectations for the Falcons as well, trying to get their first victory of the season. So Monday Night Football should be an exciting one in Philadelphia between the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles. Now it's time for my game of the week. My game of the week is going to be the Atlanta Falcons versus the Philadelphia Eagles. For the Falcons, they signed Kirk Cousins to a mega 3-year contract. And they put a lot on the table to sign Kirk, considering him suffering an ACL injury last season. The question is, will he be the Kirk Cousins that we've grown to know and love for quite some time? It remains to be seen. But Kirk is looking over his shoulder because the Falcons, they drafted a quarterback in the first round, Michael Penix Jr. So if Kirk doesn't play well on Monday night, or if he stinks up the joint, will they put Penix in the game? Hey, it remains to be seen. But they've got a lot of expectations in Atlanta with Kirk Cousins and what he can do this year. And there's also a lot of expectations with the Philadelphia Eagles. During the offseason, Saquon Barkley signs with the team. Devontae Smith gets a contract extension. They also acquire wide receiver Jahan Dotson in a big trade. So the Eagles have positioned themselves to win between now and the next 5 years. Jalen Hurts got a contract extension. A.J. Brown got a contract extension. So between now and the next 5 years, the Eagles are going to be in the running to win a Super Bowl. And expectations are high for both teams. And you've got one team that's relying on a quarterback to get them to a Super Bowl, and you've got one team that's relying on a quarterback to not only get them to win a Super Bowl, but to maintain consistent play between now and the next 5 years. Falcons and Eagles, you know their pedigree, right? Falcons and Eagles, if you remember that playoff game with Matt Ryan going up against Nick Foles, and then the following year, it was the home opener in another thrilling game. I think this game is going to be a really good one and an exciting game. And again, I think it's going to come down to quarterback play. Kirk Cousins going up against Jalen Hurts. And we're going to see two QBs do their thing. You've got one quarterback that primarily gets it done with his arm and the pocket presence. You've got another quarterback that's going to get it done not just with his arm, but with his athletic ability as well. And I think this is going to be a great game in Philadelphia with the Atlanta Falcons and the Philadelphia Eagles. My game of the week. All right, before we get on out of here, I'm going to give you my picks on who I think will win Week 2's most important games. Monday Night Football, the Atlanta Falcons going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. I like the Eagles to win. So again, my picks for Week 2's most important games are Philadelphia. And there you have it. That's going to do it for this edition of the program. Thank you so much again, everybody, for tuning in. Till next time, everybody, I'm Ed Robinson saying so long, and you take care. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Remember to click like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.